It was all good just a year ago. It was on top of the world. You can get the enemy right up under you. You texting the enemy like they your friend. All my texts to the bitches I know ain't, they would not want to show them to the judge.
Corey Holcomb drops bombs on Shannon Sharpe, getting fired from ESPN and losing an undisclosed amount of money. Man, it made no sense in the first place that this man was putting himself on the line like this for this type of chick. You're going to learn one way or the other. And if you don't listen to the advice of guys like us online and you just take us for a joke, or you think we're hating, there's going to be many more Shannon Sharpes out here.
And they winning. Look at the Shannon Sharpe situation. No disrespect.
Oh yeah,
but,
she quit. He retired.
But he was held accountable for his behavior.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But he, instead of being held accountable by a man of wisdom and taking that like that's just my brother put me up on game.
Right.
He had to trick off on it, and now he's giving the bitch $23 million.
What?
Yeah, she retired.
Let me ask you a question, Craig. You and Darlene. What did he do wrong? I want to make sure we on the same page, y'all.
Okay, technically, he didn't do anything wrong. We got free will to do what we want as men, especially when you earn your way like a guy like Shannon Sharpe, a very intellectual person that may be goofy in certain areas. But socially, in our space, everybody that's black of status, that ain't no bitch, and that's willing to speak their mind, has been saying things about stuff that's happening with Shannon Sharpe publicly. And it's been received as we're hating. We're haters. We're jealous. We just mad because we don't want to see him win. It's not taken because we don't know the nigga personally. You can't call him. It's not taken like, oh, we joking because we comedians, but it's really showing love. Like, nigga, watch yourself.
Yep. And the perfect example of that is Travis Hunter. Everybody thought we were just hating on Travis Hunter's relationship and his marriage, but we were like, hey, keep your guard up, young man. She got married in Tennessee, the place where you can't enforce a prenup. I don't even know if he ended up getting one, but at the same time, like, she wasn't playing any games. She was going to make sure she was going to get paid. Travis Hunter was going to get her family out the hood. That was her imperative. And people online were screaming that to Travis. Now, Travis didn't listen. Travis went ahead with it. We'll see how it plays out. But is that hate? Or is that looking out for someone? Is that what you're supposed to do in supporting your community?
What you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is when we speak on stuff like that. So instead of learning from another black man that sees something that may go a certain way, but it's not the way you want it to go, instead of looking at it like a lesson or why is this brother saying it, it's just taken as hate. So a nigga would rather go down that weird-ass path and lose and give it all to a whore than say, hey, man, even though I don't like he was joking with me, man, that brother was really kind of like, that's some truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me bless that brother on the low. A nigga would rather lose $23 million to a nothing-ass bitch than be uncomfortable and have a conversation with a nigga that looks just like him because it's not what he wants to hear. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm being clear.
No, I feel you. D, what you say?
He trusted the wrong type of broad. By sending all those messages and stuff like that and getting involved with her like that, she considered
That's an
herself,
understatement.
she said, he and she have said that they were actually a couple. Like that was his girlfriend. He put trust in the wrong kind of girl.
Okay.
But we haters though. We're haters and we don't. It's like that's really one of the most. That's really one of the most disappointing things about, you know what I'm saying, our culture right now is like it doesn't make any sense how we starve the geniuses and starve the warrior class and the niggas that's willing to put it all on the line, but we sock it to the pockets of the weak and the whores. It's like it doesn't make any sense. And to me, it's like
well, that's because we're not in control of it. That's by design. That is not a feature that we have put into our own community. This is something that they have manufactured. You know how they talk about television as programming. They have programmed us to not nurture people that would be a threat of any kind.
We can't, because if we can't publicly hold you accountable for public things that are going on with you, how else can we do it? I can't never see a guy like a Shannon and pull him to the side and be like, hey, black man, this is what I'm hearing. I just want to let you know how I feel. You're not going to take that. You're going to look at me like I'm a weirdo in a square and get your ass away from me and all. So, nigga, this is where we do shit like that. But it's like, I don't get it, man. It's like, how do we hold each other accountable, especially when a nigga at a certain level
I'm
of
going to
paper?
tell you why.
Go ahead.
You with real motherfuckers. You ain't got no business hanging with nobody but real men who gonna look at Shannon Sharpe and let him know without hate. If you get mad, you are mad. You are old, ugly, muscle-bound country man with rectal wreckage. Let me say that again.
And money.
Right.
She saw him coming.
You are old, ugly, swole country man with rectum wreckage.
Damn.
The worst. You've been tampered with. You've been tampered with on your rectum. I know it. You can act like that, ain't it? But that's it. And you're sitting up here talking to a broad that you think Shannon really think that girl wanted him? If he'd have thought that she wanted him, he wouldn't have gave her no whole bunch of money for some ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Them girls who I give money to for ass, you think I'm stupid enough to think they want me? I'm not stupid. I see me.
25,000 per cheek is what she said initially. That would have been a deal compared to what he ended up paying. The millions that he ended up transferring. This is like a transfer of wealth. And we got to acknowledge that that probably was the goal of this. As soon as Shannon was blessed and had the Cat Williams interview and started making millions of dollars independently, somewhat independently, along with his partnership, that's when all of this stuff starts coming out. You know, now Shannon had cases in the past, but this in particular was to separate him from this wealth so that it could not go on to his next generations. It's something that happens over and over again. All of our athletes, all of our entertainers, you can't get out the game with the money. Shannon Sharpe shouldn't have had to worry about anything for the rest of his life. And now he's got to go back to work. He's asking Ocho Cinco for $6,900 that he loaned him last year.
Don't see him. He really thought when women like Darlene be like, he's so cute. He thought he was really cute.
He bought
I
that.
said he's good.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
Right.
Man, I watched.
He don't do like Umar. Let me give you this. Dr. Umar, all the women who come forward about Dr. Umar look like they on this level.
Damn.
I ain't seen a bad bitch come forward and say nothing about Umar. So when I be seeing, I be like, yeah,
Makes sense.
he f- with beer keg, Bill.
That remind me of my favorite Corey line about describing it. Bear built. That's built like a little bear.
Smart enough to understand. I ain't finna get no bad bitch with my good talking ass. Shannon Sharpe thought he was supposed to get young, in shape, Caucasian. It ain't gonna work, dog. They gonna rob you every time. Now you got a mother monkey after your money, I heard.
Oh, wow.
Some Chicago.
Oh, I was gonna talk.
we can save it. But I'm just saying, homie, whether you like me or not, I remember with some cake ass niggas, and I know who said it, saying Corey just mad because he ain't let him on his show. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
All right. If you want to say that, say that. Corey ain't.
It's not like Corey isn't on the same platform as Club Shay Shay. Like, Really? I think it would be good exposure, obviously, but you could take or leave it, right? It's like in this day and age, like I say, you're on the same platform. I'm on the same platform as Shannon Sharpe. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference to be on his platform as opposed to your own. I would say it's more valuable for Corey to come here week after week and have hundreds of thousands of people watching him every time. Because damn sure, I was one of the first people to think about doing a reaction to a Corey Holcomb video, but damn sure if I don't go to Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, if there are Corey Holcomb clips all over the place after they figured out that it was something that worked. And as well on YouTube. A lot of people have followed suit, and so Corey's platform even projects beyond what he does on a weekly viewer basis. That's getting your message out no matter what you say.
Mad as shit. Man.
Cat Williams got to wait to go on somebody else's platform to have that moment. You know what I'm saying?
I tell them they can come on my show like I told DJ Vlad and everything else
Right.
before all this even happened. I said, well, come on my show. Then I'll come on your show. I'm not saying I won't do other people's show. I want to do Paul Pierce's show. Me and Paul Pierce have been on the phone for a second.
that'd be
He was at the
dope.
studio. I know them guys who hang with Paul Pierce. Term, my homie said, man, them because I used to hoop in the streets. I used to be hooping with the real gutter niggas from Inglewood when I first moved out here. So it's all connecting. I want to do the man's show because I believe we on a level where both of us know what's up and we respect one another.
That'd be dope. I like to see that.
Shannon Sharpe, man, brother, you can act like it's bitter or whatever. Nigga, you can't do no interview with me without us talking about real shit. The last nigga I did an interview with who plays football, I talked about real shit, made him very uncomfortable. Everybody saw it. He was very uncomfortable. My brother Cam Newton. I am not dissing Cam Newton. I'm still a fan of Cam Newton. But I made him very uncomfortable. But what did I say that's uncomfortable? The only thing I took back, I said something about our brother Will being Backdooria. And I said, I wish I wouldn't have said that because that's something they can point out and be like, for sure, how you know? Even though it's the stupidest shit in the world to ask me how I know. But getting back to the shit, Corey Holcomb can't be at these podcasts with these niggas. These niggas might try to fight me because I'm going to say real shit. When I'm sitting in front of you, I ain't finna switch this shit up because you big, because you popular, because you whatever. That's why Hollywood ain't with me. And if I told Hollywood you, you know I ain't finna kiss no ass like Shannon Sharpe. That show going to shit. We gonna pass it after a while. He ain't gonna have the backing.
That's
Or
right.
I hope he do. I hope he do get the backing.
Right.
I ain't hating, but I'm just saying, nigga, you out here in the middle of the ocean on a barbecue grill.
That would be dope if Corey Holcomb could gain the numbers and the audience of a Club Shay Shay. Just kind of pick it up. Because, I mean, like, Corey's had his channel for way longer than Shannon's been on the internet. Just like we've seen mainstream channels that blew up overnight. You know, Corey's been at least 10 on YouTube, plugging away at this thing, putting in the work. And I think that's why Corey performed so well on YouTube, you know what I mean, so consistently, because there is so much data based on him doing a show every week almost without missing a show. And so that's a good place to be. But Shannon Sharpe is up the creek with no paddle. Oh yeah, there was one part I wanted to listen to.
It was all good just a year ago. It was on top of the world. You can get the enemy right up under you. You texting the enemy like they your friend. All my texts to the bitches I know ain't they would not want to show them to the judge. My text is like, now last time I gave you an extra 30, you can get an extra 50 this time if you crack the ass open. and put a little pickle in it. Just do that. Show my text. My text. The judge would be like, well, you was fucking with him when he said that to you.
Right.
I ain't finna give in and be like, okay, let me give you some money to avoid the drama. To get money out my account, you got to get the money out my account. I don't give a fuck about a Bugsby. I had the one bitch after me, homie. Y'all don't know I had that type of bub after me.
Damn.
I showed up in court like, look for it. I went to court for divorce, nigga. I got divorced. I still got 2 iPhones, nigga.
It's a sign of wealth.
I'm finna have me scared. Well, I'm finna just settle with you. Settle on these nuts.
Right.
I don't know how they gonna get it, but if they gonna get it, they gonna get it. That's how I feel. Would you just give somebody some money before the verdict? Settle.
No.
Hell no. And that's the biggest mistake Shannon made. Like, you don't negotiate with terrorists. Like, what are you doing? Like, going out here and showing women that this is a way to hustle, this is a way to do it. You put a couple accusations on the phone. If you haven't done anything wrong, Shannon, and this is a strong if, because we have no idea what happened in their bedroom. But if you haven't done anything wrong, why are you settling with this chick? Why are you putting it out there that now this is something that you can do to wealthy men? You can stick them up. Some dude you met at the gym. Like that's the problem with this whole situation is that Shannon capitulated. He capitulated to pressure of the masses. Like if he had listened to guys like Corey, if he had listened to guys like Craig, myself, he would have known, like, oh, you know, you got the bread. You should fight this. You got money. You should fight this. But no, he was trying to get back to ESPN. And we see now he's gotten fired from ESPN. As of last week, right after the settlement was announced, ESPN parted ways with Shannon Sharpe. Now, this was obviously a business move on their part, but I think Shannon settled in an attempt to save his job at ESPN. And look where it got him.
They come on with it. That was my hoe. I used to play with the hoe, and she was paid accordingly. I say that in front of the judge. That was my hoe over there. I used to pay the hoe to do hoe shit.
Yeah, he took some bad legal advice. They still let him go.
He thought he was going to get that job back at ESPN. I knew they weren't going to give him his job back.
Especially because he's
Disney.
settled.
This ain't your first time doing this. This your second time where somebody had to pay a settlement to a bitch that ain't shit. Woof. I'm talking about the first bitch one shit.
Oh, the one in Vegas?
The first bitch that they had to one shit.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Here come another. Yeah, you know I choke you. Man, get your goof ass out of here, man. You don't play with bitches talk about choking them on the phone. Them hoes use everything you text to them against you.
Right. And here's the thing. I think Shannon Sharpe would have won in court just based on the fact that she recorded him without his consent. That right there proves premeditation. If Shannon Sharpe goes to trial, I think Shannon Sharpe gets off. Of course, he gets some more damage to his brand, but the damage has been done at this point. This has been going on for quite a long time now. And the fact that he settles out at this point just separated him from millions of dollars. That's about it. I don't see how it really benefits him to settle at this point. But like I said, that's a conversation between him and his lawyers. That's a conversation between him and, you know, his advisors, people that he works with, advertisers.
A text is a documentation of this my whore. And if your text strand don't show that this is my whore,
Game.
you gonna be scared to go to court and fight for what you're supposed to prove, that this was my whore. And what's wrong with being the whore to a boss ass mom?
Well, she did that.
You ain't gonna be nothing else.
Yeah, it looked like they were role playing. Right?
Old girl got enough money where she ain't even got the hoe no more.
She
Right.
didn't. She
retired.
She put a statement
You're
on
retired.
23
on OnlyFans
million.
talking about,
Gang.
later, guys. I'll be back later on. Yeah, seriously.
I'm about to ball out for about 10 years.
Yeah, she I'll be back. One
Right.
day, one day. She
When I'm
said.
starving again. And they knew he was stupid. They knew he was stupid. If you come at a real one, he gonna say, come get it. I don't know how you
I'll
gonna
see
get
you
it.
in court.
Come get it. They put liens and stuff like that on you if they win the judgment. Right. But did you do something? No. So I'm going to fight and say I didn't do something. I don't need $1 million lawyer to say what I want him to say.
That's dope. That's good advice from Corey. That's game from Corey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that Shannon Sharpe needed to hear. And if Shannon Sharpe had some good brothers around him, some solid brothers, some strong brothers, he could have got this information. He could have known this. It's like back in the day, what happened to celebrities? Like back in the day, you had Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown and all these guys, Sam Cooke. All of them were kind of in concert. They were talking to each other on how to make these plays. And I don't think you should do that. Now, Richard Pryor, you need to stop taking them drugs. I'm going to be right here with you. You know, what's that story about Jim Brown and Richard Pryor? But yeah, like it's a generation of folks out here without good friends around them. It's a generation out here of all generals who don't want to listen to anybody else, who might be giving them a little bit of advice. You know, if we really did have a structure or, you know, the dudes could get along well enough or were willing to help each other, like we'd be invincible. We'd be invincible. Like we could have used the entertainment industry to set up all the other areas of infrastructure, you know, to have something for real. But you get a guy like a Shannon Sharpe who gets a golden opportunity and it gets squandered. It gets wasted on a chick who couldn't give less than two about you. And so we have to use these now as learning lessons. We have to use these now as examples to be like, hey, don't be like that. Don't be so shut off and closed off and that you know everything so much that you get taken advantage of. When you got a weakness for OF chicks. When you know that you have a weakness with managing your money or something like that, man, I hope to God my closest friends pull my coat if I'm in some situation like that. Like, yo, you know this chick is using you. Just like Corey said, you have to know that this chick really don't like you. She's there for the money. I don't care how good of a role she can play in doing that, but she is there for a purpose. And not to get it confused like you are Rico Suave. And I think that's the problem. A lot of these dudes think their lyrics and they think their game and what they do and financially how well off they are. They think that their finances will give them cover for a lack of common sense, a lack of wisdom, a lack of game in some way. You know what I mean? The way he was talking to her in them phone calls, which she recorded illegally, you could tell he was kind of playing along with the game of a 22-year-old. Like, you supposed to be the adult in the situation, and you saying stuff that can possibly get you incriminated, talking about choking her out. That's just ridiculous, man. But I'm not going to belabor the point. Hey, Shannon, best of luck to you. You know, you've learned your lesson in a very, very devastating way. And I hope that you will keep your nose clean at this point, you know, going forward. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Fawcett Media.